Hi, thank you for watching this video. I had heard many things about this movie before seeing it. It has amazing reviews from critics and from the public. It won the Palme d'Or prize at the Cannes Film Festival. It's the highest prize at the festival. And after watching this movie, I have to agree, this is an amazing film. Probably one of the best films of the year. I was at a party last weekend, right? I'm Latin, I'm from Peru, and at this party here in Miami, there were people from many Latin American countries, from Colombia, from Argentina, from Brazil, and a couple of people at the party had seen the film also. And our first comment when we mentioned the movie is like, hey, Korean people are just like us, right? They do the same thing that we do. There is the same differences that we have in our culture, in our countries. They have the same things in Korea. We felt very identified with the theme of the movie, with the things that the families go through. The movie basically portrays, it's a view of poor people in Korea and rich people in Korea and the way they live and the way that they relate to each other. Something that this movie does very extraordinary is that nobody is good or bad. They're just behaving in their own environment. They're just doing whatever they do to live, to survive in this world. Basically, the movie is called Parasite, and that on itself, it's a critic. Because Parasite when I saw the trailer, I thought this was a science fiction film, because the trailer is like kind of a science fiction theme. I thought that there was a plague in the world, that's why it's called Parasite. Basically, the movie Parasite refers because the poor people live off the rich people. In a way, they take advantage. They lie to them. They portray themselves as something that they are not to make a living. And that can be taken as something bad, right? They're lying, they're taking advantage of them. But you don't see them as bad people because they are not doing anything against them to harm them. They're just doing whatever it takes to survive. And that's something that we as Latin American people at this party that I was mentioning, we felt very identified with because we have seen that throughout our entire lives. I'm Peruvian. I came to the United States when I was 19 years old. But I saw that a lot in my country. Let me say something. I've never been rich, right? I never lived in a mansion. I never had many cars in my house. And I've never been poor, right? I don't know what hunger is. I've never been hungry because I didn't have anything to eat in my life. My father was a very hardworking man and he provided for all of us. So I've been all my life in the middle. And people that I talk to at this party, for example, they can relate to that because we've always lived in the middle. We've never been rich and we've never been poor. But we can relate to both sides, right? When I was young in my country and I wanted to make money because I wanted to go party and to buy drinks, I did a couple things. I lied, I did a couple of things. There's this expression in Spanish in my country in Peru called hacer una criollada, right? What hacer una criollada means is that you kind of take advantage of the environment to kind of make a few bucks. That's what it means. That portrays really well this movie. So I cannot judge them. I've done that. I was never poor, but I've done that. I understand what that is. And at the same time, I can relate to the rich people because they just want to make a living. The rich mother is a nice lady. She's just taking care of her children, right? There is something very strong in this movie is the smell that sometimes people have. And it's something very strong in this movie. And I can relate to that from the rich father, right? Don't kill me, all right? I've tried to be a good person all my life. But I've smelled people, and I can say that some smells I didn't like, I can even say, yeah, maybe I have looked down on people who smell bad. Sure, please don't kill me. I've done that. I don't know if you have, but I have, And since watching this movie, I started wearing more of my colognes and stuff. But, those type of things, you can relate to both sides, right? Neither is a bad person. They're just living in their own environment. And The first part of the movie is about the cultural differences between these two families. And on the second part of the movie, those differences, some things happen, some events happen on the second part that makes those differences explode. That those differences are not like just little kind differences between each other. No, now they explode and something bad happens. Like the drama, the second part of the movie is more like a terror type of film, like a heavy drama terror type of film. And there's a scene that is very terrorific. I don't want to give spoilers, but again, on the second part, those differences explode. They collide, they explode, they fight, right? And the smell is something that provokes one of those events, right? There is a part that really, really touched me because the father of the poor family, like he is, I think, the main character of the movie because a lot of parts of the movie are seen through his eyes. I'm going to give a little spoiler, okay? If you want to turn off the video, fine, but I want to give this very little spoiler to give context to what I'm saying. There is a part in which the poor family are having dinner and the wife of the poor father, she makes a comparison, right? She says, when we go to our apartment, to our poor apartment, and we turn on the light, the cockroaches, they go all over the apartment. They just run away, right? The roaches, right? They run away. And in the situation, without giving it in the situation, if the rich people will come right now, we will be like them. We will be like the roaches. We'll run away hiding, right? And there is something very visceral that the father felt at that moment of being compared to a cockroach, to a roach, that he almost reacted violently against his wife. He didn't do anything, but you could see the violence in his eyes, in his expression of feeling like that. What kind of baggage he's carried throughout his whole life, feeling like that, and that for his own wife to compare him to a cockroach, that if somebody comes, he will run away hiding like a cockroach. That's something very strong that is related to the smell, that is related to something that happens towards the conclusion of the movie. But that part hit me, the fact that how much he felt at that moment, and you can see in his great acting, in his expression, what he felt when his wife compared him to a cockroach, of the reaction of a cockroach, right? And I give this movie 5 stars, right? Because I always say, the art of filmmaking is at its greatest point where there is a film where you're just not an spectator, that you're sitting down and watching a film, but that you take that film with you, that you are going to be thinking about what happened in that film on your drive home, or when you're already home and you're about to sleep, you're still thinking about what happened in the movie, about the themes, about things that touch you during the movie, right? And this movie does that very, very well. When the movie finished at the theater where I was watching, people started clapping. I haven't experienced that for a foreign film in a long, long time. I don't remember if ever for a foreign film, So a lot of people got touched for this movie. It's a film that you're going to take with you. You're going to think about it. You're going to maybe dream about it. You're going to analyze for sure. If you are the type of, of viewer, I hope you are, because that's where movies are at its best. When they reach you and when they touch you and they make you think, analyze, when they make you be with your friends and say, hey, they're just like us, right? That was an amazing thing that I experienced. So this is a 5-star movie. I don't have any other words to recommend it to you. You have to see it. Parasite is on theaters now. Go watch it. It's a great movie. It's one of the best films of the year. I'm sure it's going to win best foreign film at the Oscars this year. I'm sure the director is going to be nominated. If it's not going to get more nominations, but the director should get nominated for best direction at the Oscar this year. So go see it. Parasite, it's a great movie. So thank you for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Follow me on my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Take care.